The echo of the gavel hadn't even faded when the room fell into a silence so sharp it felt like a blade. Every senator in the chamber watched as Senator Dick Durbin leaned forward, his voice steady, seasoned, and cold. "Some lessons," he said, "are best learned by respecting your elders." The words hit the air with the weight of a challenge. And across from him, Senator Mark Kennedy, young, newly elected in a shocking landslide victory, slowly rose from his seat. His hands were calm, but his eyes burned with the kind of fire only a man who had fought through storms could possess. He didn't speak right away. He let the silence crackle. Then he said, softly but firmly, "With all due respect, Senator, sometimes elders forget who the people chose to lead the future." That was the moment everything changed. Mark Kennedy hadn't expected to be here, not in this chamber, not in this storm. 6 months earlier he'd been a long-shot candidate, a former schoolteacher with a habit of speaking too plainly and a trembling fear of letting people down. He ran not because he wanted power, but because he couldn't stand watching the country tear itself apart. His campaign manager, Elena, used to tease him for writing his own speeches in the back of a tiny diner between stacks of unmarked papers. "You're the only candidate in history," she'd say, "who edits policy notes while eating cold pancakes." But America didn't just hear him. They felt him. And somehow, impossibly, he won by a landslide. Yet victory had not brought peace. The Senate chamber was an arena, and every day brought a new battle. Some senior lawmakers watched him like he was an uninvited guest who had kicked open a locked door. Others dismissed him as too inexperienced, too emotional, too idealistic. Dick Durbin, seasoned and sharp-witted, was among the most vocal skeptics. Kennedy had expected opposition. He had not expected humiliation. The tension began 3 weeks before the now famous exchange.